It's 4:30 on WKYT this morning. A wreck in Lexington has sent multiple people to the hospital. We'll tell you what police are saying about it coming up.
Last night, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled against Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis ordering her to resume issuing marriage licenses today. If she doesn't, she could find herself going to jail.
And police are still trying to figure out what led to a woman being killed in a McDonald's parking lot yesterday.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's your Tuesday, and it is September 1st. Welcome in. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's see how this month is starting off with Micah Harris.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good to kick off the month. We're actually going to be much warmer than where we have been the past several days. As we're looking outside, nice clear start to the day. Temperatures sitting there in the 60s. We're at 66 degrees there in the London-Corbin area, and then you can see across the map. Not really varying all that much. Now, as we go throughout the day, it's going to be around 87. It'll be warmer than where we have been the past few days. A slight chance of rain each and every single day, but those temperatures continue to go up. Will we be seeing the 90s anytime soon? I'll have that in your latest forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you. New this morning, crews are cleaning up the scene of an accident at the intersection of Clays Mill Road and Lane Allen Road.
Happened just before 11:30 last night. Police say one of the vehicles ran a red light and hit another vehicle. They say 5 people were taken to the hospital with no significant injuries. Police tell us they are investigating a possible DUI. No one at this time has been charged.
A man has died in a logging accident in Clay County. The Clay County Coroner's Office says 53-year-old Marcus Jones of Leslie County was on a bulldozer in the Big Creek community Monday morning. Investigators say the bulldozer flipped over on a slope and pinned Jones between the bulldozer and the ground. The Coroner's Office says Jones died at the scene. Investigators are not sure what caused the bulldozer to flip over.
Well, family members are remembering a Garrett County woman who died in a weekend motorcycle accident. Police say 51-year-old Terry Carmack was riding on Highway 1295 when a large bird startled her, causing her to lose control of the motorcycle. They say they found her dead down an embankment. Carmack's daughter says her family was the most important thing in her life.
My mother was a beautiful soul, and I'm glad I have so many pictures of her now.
Carmack was a retired school bus driver in Madison County. A memorial service will be held Wednesday night at 7 at Fox Funeral Home in Stanford.
The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled against Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis in an ongoing legal battle over marriage licenses. Yesterday afternoon, the court denied her request for a longer stay while she appeals a federal judge's ruling that orders her to issue marriage licenses. Justice Elena Kagan, who oversees the judicial district that includes Kentucky, referred Davis's request for the full court, which denied it. A temporary stay in the federal judge's ruling expired Monday night. Many same-sex couples said they plan to be at the clerk's office this morning to try to get marriage licenses. If Davis does not issue marriage licenses today, a judge could hold her in contempt of court. That could carry fines or potentially jail time. Davis has said her religious convictions will not allow her to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. However, we recently learned that she unknowingly gave a marriage license to a transgender man earlier this year. Those for and against Davis's actions gathered outside the Rowan County Courthouse on Monday.
Everybody has their different idea of traditional. This is ours.
She cannot violate her religious freedom, her conviction.
But again, the U.S. Supreme Court did rule against Davis last night. WKYT attempted to contact her attorneys with the Liberty Counsel firm. They did not return our calls. However, one of them said that Davis would think and pray overnight before deciding what she will do this morning.
Well, witnesses tell us they rushed in to help, but police could not save a woman who died after being hit by a truck outside a fast food restaurant in Corbin.
It happened yesterday afternoon in the parking lot of the McDonald's restaurant on Master Street. Police say they are still trying to figure out what led up to the deadly accident. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy spoke to some of the witnesses.
People working nearby heard the wreck.
We heard tires spinning, squealing, and then we seen smoke.
And then they saw the woman.
I instantly just dropped the pan of chicken, ran out the door, jumped up on the wall, and just saw her laying there. I mean, that was probably the worst sight I saw.
The guy, he took his shirt off and tried to cover up the lady, and then another lady was trying to cover it up, too.
Shayla Bell and Mercedes Cheek wanted to help, but say there was nothing they could do.
There was nothing nobody could do, anybody. She was just torn apart.
State police say she was 66-year-old Norma Hicks. from McCreary County. She was alone at the McDonald's, walking back to her car when troopers say a 19-year-old driver sped around the building and hit her.
His accelerator was, I guess it went out, and they told, which I talked to another lady, his gas pedal was stuck to the floor, and he tried to stop, but there wasn't nothing he can do.
State police did question the 19-year-old driver. They say at this time they are not filing charges, and they do not believe that drugs or alcohol played a role in the wreck.
He's going to have to deal with that the rest of his life. I mean, I wouldn't want to, if I went out and hit somebody, I wouldn't be able to deal with it. It's a messed up situation.
Troopers were at the McDonald's in Corbin for several hours Monday evening, poring over details, trying to figure out just what caused the driver to accelerate into the parking lot. In Knox County, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
And police are still trying to determine the speed at which the driver pulled into the parking lot. At this time, they do not anticipate filing any charges.
This morning, a drug dealer in Pulaski County is behind bars after deputies say he sold uncut heroin. 28-year-old Jeffrey Baker Jr. of Maysville is charged with drug trafficking. Deputies say they received a tip that Baker was selling the heroin out of a motel room. When they arrived, they say they found more than 2 grams of heroin. Deputies say they were concerned because the uncut version of this drug of heroin has a high overdose rate.
A big win soon turned a little sour for the Anderson County High School football team. The team won by 1 point at George Rogers Clark High School Friday night. But when players and coaches got back to their bus, they found someone had sprayed graffiti all over it. The bus was taken out of service until the paint could be cleared off today.
Very disappointed. You know, you don't expect to go for a football game and come home with a bus that's been damaged.
Clark County Superintendent Paul Christie says he is working to track down whoever is responsible. He says that person will have to pay for what it costs to clean the bus. Winchester police say they have an open investigation.
Well, this morning, Richmond police are trying to track down 2 men they say have been passing fake checks at businesses. In February, police say the men passed counterfeit checks drawn on an EKU account at Pally's on Water Street. Over the weekend, police say the same 2 men tried to pass more fake checks at Central Liquor, but that store refused to cash them. Police say the men were driving a black Dodge Dakota pickup registered to Frederick Hall of Lexington. They also say one of the men identified himself as Frederick Hall at Pally's. This morning, dozens of Kentucky historians are calling for a statue of Confederate President Jefferson Davis to be removed from the state capitol rotunda. According to the Herald Leader, the 72 historians from colleges and universities around the state sent a letter to state lawmakers, Governor Steve Beshear, and the committee in charge of the statue, the Kentucky Historic Properties Advisory Commission. The commission voted earlier this month to keep the statue, but add educational context to it. But the historians say the statue minimizes the significance of slavery as a cause of the Civil War.
Franklin County school leaders say as the new year began, they were owed $21,000 in outstanding lunch debts from students. Now they say it is time for their families to pay up.
But one man who doesn't even have children in the district has taken it upon himself to help those families. WKYT's Monique Blair has the story.
Donations for the school lunch crisis. Come and get your car washed.
Scott Ellis and several other Franklin County residents have spent several days washing cars in return for donations.
What we're trying to do is fight for lunchroom equality to make sure that these kids don't feel ashamed of themselves, don't feel ashamed of their parents, and they just feel like a student.
So far, Ellis has raised over $400 that will go towards offsetting the thousands of dollars parents of students who attend Franklin County Public Schools owe to the food services program.
It's not their problem that their parents owe this bill, so we should not take that out on them.
Franklin County Public Schools Superintendent Chrissy Jones says at the beginning of the school year there was roughly $21,000 in outstanding debts, but the school system has since regained some of that money. Superintendent Jones says the students who owe money are given a complimentary alternative lunch consisting of a grilled cheese, a vegetable, a fruit, and milk. But Ellis says singling these kids out isn't fair.
Because you can see that kid over there, hey, I got a school pizza. You got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Ha, ha, ha. No, that's not a joke, you know, so we're just trying to make sure that the kids get a fair shake in the lunchroom. We're going to do this until the deficit goes away. And if that takes a year, so be it. That's how long we'll be here.
In Frankfort, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Well, Superintendent Jones tells us the school system is willing to work with each family who happens to owe money.
Well, it's good to have you along with us. 4:40 is the time, 20 before 5 on WKYT this morning.
Well, there's no shortage of advice for new parents, but how much is helpful? Moms Every Day has more on that coming up.
It's all about the temperatures the next several days as we head throughout a muggy work week. We'll get right into those numbers and that forecast coming up next.